So Marvel Rivals introduced a few QOL changes, quality of life changes after season 4, right? Now I will call them quality of life because they were supposed to be quality of life, but they have resulted in a few really funny consequences. Now instead of being quality of life, these updates have caused people more problems than solved them. I know Marvel Rivals devs probably did not want this to happen. They probably had the best intentions in mind. But yeah, we need to talk about this. And these are not really some huge issues that cannot really be fixed. So as long as I think people are talking about this and the devs get the feedback, they will improve it. So first is this Reddit post out here. And yeah, this is kind of relatable. I think a lot of you people will find this relatable. All I can say is bravo to the dev team. So this is not the default selection. So if you guys don't know, they added a battle squad feature. Strike Squad, sorry. They added a Strike Squad feature in the newest update in which you could select a few heroes that you want to play every single game, basically your favorite heroes, and it will make a whole separate tab like this. The heroes that you select, the ones that you actually want to play every game, they're going to populate this tab. So they're not going to be available in the previous rosters. Basically, like as he has put Luna Snow out here, if he goes to the support tab, Luna Snow will be missing from the support tab because yeah, she gets switched. Now this was made with the best of intentions, and I think a lot of people have been asking about this for a really long time because the hero carousel system in Marvel Rivals is actually one of the worst I've seen in any game. I'll completely go ahead and be totally honest about it. This is a very bad UI design, especially if you are on console and if you are on controller. Then scrolling through this menu can take ages and it's really annoying, okay? Even on PC, you have to scroll all the way down. If you don't have the fastest computer, then even loading up to the screen can take time, and sometimes you just don't get the hero that you want to play because others just select it faster than you. So this screen has always been a problem, and because of that, I think a lot of people have been asking for something like this. You know, pick your favorite situation where your favorite heroes are separated out so you don't have to search for them individually in this long list. And the devs finally made it, but it caused two really big and really annoying problems, okay? First of all, this favorite list is situated at the end of the entire roster. So if you have to go to your favorite list now, you have to scroll through the entire roster. If you were a DPS player, DPS characters are normally situated at the middle, right? First you have the vanguards, then you have the DPS, and then you have the support. So DPS was situated at the middle. So if you were like a Bucky main, you would have to scroll to the middle of the list, then you could pick Bucky, and then you're set to go. But now you have to scroll through all the tanks, you have to scroll through all the DPS, all the supports, and then you go to your favorites list where Bucky will be sitting. So now you have to scroll much longer than before, and it's not really solving the problem where you had to like spend a lot of time scrolling through this hero roster, and so you don't end up getting the hero that you want. Okay, this just made the problem even worse because now you have to scroll through even longer list. And in consoles, yeah, you have to spend even more time scrolling through this. And in consoles, it scrolls really slow. Okay, so it's a huge headache to scroll in consoles. Oh, this hero list. So first of all, this hero list, I think in my opinion, is one of the worst UI designs in the entire game. They could have just followed the usual system that goes in most of these games, right? Display all the heroes at the bottom of the screen, and you can easily pick which hero you want. But they went with this weird carousel thing. A lot of things in Marvel Rivals, specifically with the UI, I think is really busted. For example, let's take a look at how you know, the game pops up 2 to 3 ads on your face as soon as you open the game. Now these ads are about the in-game skins and events, but they're pretty annoying. Take an example of you want to play a ranked match. Okay, you want to play a ranked match. Let's take a look at how many buttons you have to press. So first of all, when you load the screen, you have to click once to log in, right? Then you have to click once again to actually enter the game. Now, when you're entering the game, an animation is going to play. So you can skip that animation again with space, right? After that, you have 2 or 3 pop-ups right on your face that will show you the skins that are latest, the battle pass, and some event that is going on. So 2 to 3 pop-ups minimum on your face. You have to go and close each of these pop-ups, right? Then you go to the play menu. When you go to the play menu, it does not select ranked mode by default. It's at the quick play mode. So then you have to go and click on the quick play, you know, the match modes. Then you have to switch to ranked. Then you have to start a ranked match. So a lot of steps, and if you are trying to go to training mode, it's again going through the whole huge list of game modes and finally going to a training mode. So I think a few things in this game, specifically with the UI, are really cluttered, and they could simplify these things. This thing, for instance, this hero selector could just be a normal list at the bottom of the screen so you don't have to scroll through, and it would solve so many problems. Now this thing, you know, the hero, the favorite hero, the Strike Squad going at the bottom of the screen is not the only problem. You know, the scrolling is not the only problem. What happens is when a hero goes into the Strike Squad, it actually disappears from the main hero selection. Look at this guy. Since he has Luna and Bucky in his Strike Squad, all these heroes in his Strike Squad, these heroes will actually disappear from the menu, from the main menu. So like he has Strange, he has Angela, he has Cap, and he has Emma on his strike squad, right? So when he goes to Vanguard, these 4 Vanguards will be missing from the Vanguard option. And what it does is it rearranges all the heroes accordingly. So if Doctor Strange misses from the Vanguard menu, then all the heroes get shifted, okay? All the heroes get shifted a little bit up. So what happens is if you have some sort of muscle memory, let's say, you actually remember where your heroes are on the list, and you use that muscle memory to really, pick heroes fast in the game, or switch heroes really fast in the middle of a game. Now, because you have created this strike squad, that list has gone up, down, okay? The heroes have changed positions. And so now your entire muscle memory becomes completely useless because all these heroes have been reshuffled, and now you have to rememorize where all these heroes are again. So I think this does not solve the issue in hand. This, in fact, is creating more problems. This is a pretty easy solution to this, okay? All they have to do is just move this strike squad menu right at the beginning. So when you open up this hero selection screen, the first thing you see is a strike squad, and then it shows you all the heroes as you scroll down through this list. That would completely solve all problems, right? Because then you see all the heroes that you want to pick right at the beginning, and you don't have to scroll through this hopelessly long list, which will just keep getting longer as they add more heroes into the game. Imagine 2 years down the road when they have 20 more heroes, how long this list is going to be, right? So having the strike squad right at the beginning is going to solve that problem. Or they could just go with the traditional, display all heroes at the bottom of the screen approach. I think that would be better for most people because this one is a little bit of a headache in consoles. This is a quality of life change I think the devs wanted to do, but then they ended up creating more problems instead for the people. And this is not the only thing that we are going to talk about, okay? Here's another one. While this shit is the default chat, okay? So I got a better post for this to explain. What's the point in squad chat being the default when solo queuing? It's so frustrating. Even in solo queue, every game you have to cycle through. None of my friends even use the in-game chat. We use Discord like most of other PC users. Seems unnecessarily tedious to have to cycle through every game. Have seen discussions on the new squad talk, but no way to turn it off. I had to disable the Discord link too because the amount of chat channels to cycle through was just getting excessive. Okay, yeah. So this is like a really stupid thing that they did out here. So now when you open the game, this is the chat that you actually see in the beginning. Okay, squad chat. So earlier what happened was when you launched the game, you used to see the team chat out here. Okay, so you could communicate with your entire team, and then if you press tab, it would switch to the global chat, so you could talk to the enemy team as well. And then you press tab again, and it would switch to the private DM chat if you were, talking in DMs with someone else. Now there is an additional chat out here, squad chat, and what it does is Marvel Rivals devs have made this default. So the squad chat is for particularly people on your squad. So if you have people on your team, like if you're duo queuing, trio queuing with some people, this squad chat is only going to be visible to them. It's not going to be visible to everyone on the team, and they have made this default. Okay, this is green in color. They have made it default. So when you launch the game now, and when you play any game, the chat is going to be default on the squad chat. So if you're playing solo queue, you are typing something in this chat, you're basically talking to yourself. Nobody on your team is watching this. So you have to switch from squad chat to team chat, and the switching is not exactly fast because it's not just one tab. Okay, so now when you switch from squad chat first, it goes to the global chat, and then it goes to the DMs, and then it goes to the team chat. It's very frustrating. Okay, it takes a very long time to type a message to your team, and I think it just made the communication in this game a lot more trickier. A lot of people don't use voice chat, right? They normally use text chat to communicate with the team, and now they have to go through 2 or 3 extra steps just to type that because this squad chat is the default thing that's coming up. Now, I know Marvel Rivals devs all had the best intentions in their mind. They probably wanted to make a different chat for you and your duo queue, trio queue teammates so that your other teammates don't, they don't get to know what nefarious plans are going on your head. But in doing so, they made this chat the default option, and that is where the problem lies. If this was not default, if this was something that you had to tab and switch, I think this would be completely perfect, right? But they made it default, and now I think so many people who have probably not noticed that it says squad out here are probably typing their entire life essay into this chat, and their team is not really getting what they're trying to say because these messages never go to the team. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. I don't know why they did not think of this. Also, another thing about chats I really find annoying is if you once switch to, let's say, your world chat, it just stays in the world chat, right? And if you switch to the team chat, it just stays in the team chat. So sometimes what happens is you're trying to give some comms to your team, but then those comms end up going to the enemy, and then they know exactly what you're trying to do. This is very frustrating. So I think by default, this chat should always go back to the team. And when you are trying to communicate with the squad, you can just change it to squad. When you're trying to communicate with the enemies as well, you can just communicate to change it to the overall match chat, world chat, right? I think that option would be really good. As of right now, these two quality of life changes they made in season 4 are probably causing more headaches to people than quality of life. And this chat thing is something that I personally felt really frustrated yesterday when I was queuing up for rank. I was sending messages to myself for the longest time. Only later then I realized, okay, the squad chat is in green, so I don't know who am I sending messages to. Then I saw that I'm sending messages to no one but to myself. it was so frustrating. I hope they fix these issues. These are not really like game breaking major issues, and they can probably fix these with just a small hot patch or something, right? Very easy to fix these issues. And as for this strike squad selection, I think this is my suggestion. Unless and until Marvel Rivals does fix this, like bring the strike squad straight to the top of the hero selection. And if you already have developed your muscle memory, just don't put heroes on the strike squad. I think that makes it way easier, right? It just stays normal like it was before. And because you have been playing this game for 4 whole seasons, you guys probably know where your heroes are in the game, right? So you can just scroll to them, select them real fast, especially if you are a DPS or a tank main, because those two categories of heroes are right at the top. So if you add them to strike squad, they go right at the bottom. You have to scroll to the entire list. So adding tanks and DPS to a strike squad makes zero sense to me. Literally zero sense to me. Okay, so don't touch this option. Just let the devs know, through feedback and everywhere, that sharing communities and stuff, that this feature is kind of busted. They need to move it to the top of the menu, and I think they will just fix it automatically. All right, that's all about the so-called quality of life changes in the game. Not exactly quality of life changes, but more like make life difficult changes. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts about these two changes in the game. I know probably a lot of people will find this annoying. I cannot think anyone who would like these, especially the squad chat, bro. I don't know. I can't think of a single person who would like the squad chat. Okay, because if you are in a squad with your friends, you probably are already in a Discord call with them, right? So this is literally, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me. So let me know down in the comments your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video.